What?
A basket from Cliveden.
Do they not like her?
Dress.
Yeah, dress wouldn't have helped you, sis.
High in the instep.
It's so cute. Ooh, something's gonna happen with this woman's baby, and they're gonna have to care for it, I bet.
Of course, so.
Okay, pause it for a second. So, this is what's going to happen. Because that's a good thing. If, obviously, she's, not necessarily a woman of means, and this is the second time we've seen this woman
so they're
without a man or a husband nearby.
Right.
So we're assuming this is by herself. That may be a situation where it's like, we'll set you up, we'll let you go live somewhere else, give us your baby. Ooh.
Yeah, because I don't feel like she'll die. Either I feel like they're going to promote her out of her poverty.
Right.
And either she'll be like a friend of the family's, or for some reason they'll become in possession of her child.
Oh, I hate that. Because I feel like, it's just the power of money, which is so sad.
Like to buy a baby.
I mean, if you're in her situation, like obviously you love your children, but for the child that is still alive and for your own well-being, you don't want to be scraping the bottom of the barrel for the rest of your life. You also, it's an inconceivable decision if this is the narrative. But
and look at it more as adoption than like black market purchasing a baby. Like,
it's more. But to me, I feel like it is adoption. But I feel like with adoption, you're giving your child up for the betterment of your child, versus this situation, you're giving your child up for the betterment of yourself.
And obviously, this is all theory. So
this is conjecture. But
so,
yeah.
All right, let's get back to it.
Sure. I feel that I have done something to offend the village. I know I'm new to the role, but
spill it, sis. Spill it.
Wrong so soon. What?
Tell us.
It was the pigs. When you could not choose.
So you messed up somebody's livelihood.
Farmer won the contract.
I had no idea.
How could you have, your grace?
Her husband.
And this is the problem when you come into a situation not observing. Observe. Don't be doing nothing. Don't redecorate. Don't say nothing to nobody.
But
observe.
But I feel like the Duke should have known that.
I disagree.
Like, and told her. I mean, I guess he was kind of removed from it
because
of how mad he was with his dad, but he was still old enough to know that, I feel like. But maybe not.
Do you have a moment?
Don't be busy now.
Right, when she don't call on you, you want her to call on you. Now she called, you don't want to answer.
Everyone talked as though it was her fault, but how could they know that? It's not always the woman who is barren. Sometimes it is the man's fault, of course. Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm speaking out of turn.
Yeah.
She's speaking real loose. Loose lips sink ships.
You were saying?
Well, I said to the Duchess what my mother said to me.
Oh, spill it.
A womb cannot quicken without strong, healthy seed. And then...
quicken.
Well, here you go, Messy Mona.
That's a good name for her, Messy Mona.
Why are you not dressed?
Oh, I like this dress on her.
Yes, it's very classy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you fake her.
Not feeling well.
Oh, Penelope, you're so funny to be.
She gonna steal what's her name's letters or do something. She's
about to get into something.
Mm-hmm.
What you getting into, Penelope? Something you ain't got no business, I'm sure.
No, no shoes? No house shoes? Slippers? Moccasins?
It's so funny that they didn't have flashlights.
Right.
So I'm like, what are y'all doing?
And this is actually, it's brighter than it actually was back then because they have obviously set lights. See, she's snooping through all her stuff.
Oh, Penelope, stop it.
She's trying to find something to present to Colin so they don't get engaged. Oh.
I hope someone catches you digging. Little nosy Rosie.
Oh, she's going underneath the desk. Oh.
Oh, she's going to try to take those to Colin?
Because she's seen these before.
I think she's looking for something that says I have a child.
She's finding out that those letters are fake because she compared the two.
George never wrote those things to you. He never denied loving you. He never denied your child. No.
Even if it is true, George has still not replied to my letters.
True.
He has abandoned me, while Colin has embraced me.
Marina's right.
Because he still ain't replied.
Oh, wow.
Not the burning.
Let it burn, let it burn.
bag packed? Tell me you're
None
not
of your
going to Gretna
business.
Green.
You love him.
What?
No, it
Right.
makes sense now. Your objections, your meddling. You love Colin Bridgerton.
You know not of what you speak.
I believe I know
Turns
so
out she
much
does.
more than you, Pen. If I am to be the executioner of this childish infatuation, then so be it.
Oh, she said, so be it.
Your love is an unrequited fantasy. Colin
Unrequited.
sees you as you are and regards you no differently than he does Eloise. Or
Eee.
even little Hyacinth.
Ooh.
He sees me as a wife. And as
Oh.
a woman, I must make these difficult choices for myself and for my child,
Sheesh.
even if they hurt your feelings.
Whew. Girl. Sis says he sees you as you are.
She said, I must be the executioner of this childish infatuation.
Even if it hurts your feelings.
Sheesh.
Yes.
Get her all the way together. She gonna tear you up, though.
Penelope's coming for you, child.
Yeah. Now she will
She
hold
gonna put
both.
Nair in your shampoo.
Cousin, what time is it?
Buddy been working for 8 hours straight.
If y'all get busy on this desk, I'm
No,
gonna...
she about to ruin it. She about to say, I know about your mama.
Oh,
And it's
please.
gonna get awkward real fast.
Don't kiss him before you. That's manipulation.
This is so, like, the lack of education is so sad. Please don't tell me you took that tissue to her.
for me. I need you to tell me something, Rose.
How does a woman come to be with child?
Is she gonna, like, trick him into having a baby? I mean,
To put it delicately.
but she's acting like he tricked her into believing that he couldn't have a kid. He told you he wouldn't, right?
No, he said
I
he couldn't.
can't. Oh,
He said he could not.
He did. So she thought it was like medical.
Right.
I thought that, yeah, okay, wow. So now she feels lied to.
But it's not just that. Like, he's withholding from her. You lied and you're withholding?
You may return to the house.
She need a long walk. Sheesh. Man, if your lady ever wants a long walk, you're in trouble.
Or if she's going to Target for prolonged periods of time.
Then you might as well just lock the door. Okay, for some reason I thought that he told her the truth, like he just didn't want to.
No, he could not.
Mm,
And I don't know if it's connected to his father or what.
yeah. Well, we do know. Yeah, he doesn't. Oh, you mean is it medically connect?
No,
he's-
like is it out of spite?
Yeah,
like
it is. He said that. But the
He
whole
said
thing
what?
is, he's like, he told his dad, I refuse to give you an heir. I will let.
But he also said he would never marry, and he married her, so she was trapped also. But
I believe
I mean, she trapped him.
But actually,
She's gonna-
on the deathbed of his dad, he said, I will let like this title die with me. Like he said, I will never have an heir. So yeah,
She's
that's-
gonna do something to trap him. Not trap him, but kick.
I knew you were about to do it. I almost did it with you.
All right, I'm over this.
It's been like 30 minutes, like, or maybe.
This is gonna
40.
be a very short reaction, guys.
Told you I cannot give you children.
Cannot and will not are two entirely different things.
Yes, they are.
For you were the one who insisted on this union. You,
True.
for me, I was enough.
That was before I
True.
knew you.
But he was lying, though. That's the thing.
For you.
I need to rewatch the dueling scene because I feel like knowing that he didn't want to, I read it one way. I
Yeah,
didn't even
you-
think that she would have
All
actually
is
thought
fair
that he couldn't.
in love and war.
The
But
way it
some
was
battles
communicated was
leave
he
no
could
victory.
not, as in
Only
he
a
was
trail
unable
of-
to.
Oh,
Penelope.
those tears. Those tears are real. Oh, is she gonna tell Eloise the truth?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna tell Eloise the truth. Oh no, she's gonna tell her.
The bond
Probably next
between
episode.
man and Miss Marina Thompson is with child.
Eesh.
Okay, so are we pretty sure that?
And she has been from the very first day she arrived in our fair city.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
That was, the ending was super intense.
Wow.
All right. So what do we think? Because Lady Whistledown just exposed Marina, which means either it has to be Penelope or she knows her. Like,
right.
Eloise has been putting on a route. Because they said...
What if it's Madame Delacroix? Because she knew that she was pregnant.
And when she threatened her about being French, not really being French, maybe she wanted to get that.
Mm-hmm. Because think about it. Obviously, like, just how salons, you know, nowadays is where you get all the kiki or the tea. I'm sure that kind of where you go to the tailor and you talk, because they all would talk about each other.
Everything.
Yeah, sure. And so I don't know what episode it was on, but when she finally let her out of the house and she was like, "We're gonna get you new stuff," and she was lacing her up, she was like, "Oh, I measured you wrong."
It. Yeah,
and she was like, "No, she just likes to eat or something like that."
Right.
Lady Featherington. If it's Penelope, it's a little too on the nose.
Right. It's kind of obvious.
It's like, of course it's her. But so I feel like
a false setup.
I feel like it's Delacroix. Delacroix. Oui.
Could it be Miss Delacroix?
Très bon. But let's get into this episode. Okay. First of all,
that was crazy.
Spicy, okay.
A whole lot of sex.
You know, it's too many cheeks. I don't need it. Got my own. But I think what was really, really sad, Daphne was really hurt because she went into a marriage thinking that her husband was incompetent. He was not able.
It's not incompetent. It's impotent, like impotent, like.
Oh, sorry. Cut.
Incompetent is like dumb.
Yeah, like he's dumb. Okay.
Oh no, this is staying in. I'm not editing that.
He is impotent.
Yes.
Impotent. Okay, my apologies.
Hilarious.
He is impotent. Meaning he could not have, even if he wanted to, have a child. So whether he has, you know, whatever the case is, there's many medical things that fall under that umbrella.
Which I misread that. Like going back and thinking about that scene, he does say like, "I'd rather not take your dream from you." Yes. And I can see how she was like, no, like if you can't, it's fine, I love you. But she did not know that he was saying, but it seemed like in his head, and maybe he lied to himself to make him believe this. It seemed like he thought like, no, I did tell you. But he was just like, I would have died for you, but you said I was enough. So he tried to steal from the cookie jar without being direct.
But he tried to manipulate the situation because it doesn't matter if she said you were enough. She said you were enough under the pretenses that you could not control a disability or your impotence. If this was like, I can have a baby, I am all well and capable of impregnating you, and I'm just choosing not to, I'm sure that would have went a different way. So I'm going to accept you for who I think you are, not who I think you're trying to hide. So sis, you know, cowboy star, and she proved that he was lying to her when the maiden kind of gave her the tea in the room, like, this is how it works.
She proved it because he said, "What did you just do?" Like, instead of just being like, it doesn't matter, because if I was impotent, it wouldn't matter whether you stayed or not. But because that's what revealed it.
Yeah, and she did it with intention because he called her name, obviously, and she didn't stop. And I think naive Daphne would have been like, "Oh, like I'm hurting you," because she's ignorant.
Right.
But now she's like, "Nah,
I know exactly what's going on.
We about to finish this on now."
So, what do you think? Does Daphne get pregnant? Is she pregnant off of that one time?
I don't know. I think she can. And to me, I feel like the Duke of Hastings I'm not on his side. He has no, like,
he was wrong.
He was wrong. Right. Like, you lied. And to me, I feel like you guys have had a great enough relationship where you guys can have a conversation like, this is what I don't want to do. But I feel like he's made decision after decision that has been wrong against her. First, he didn't want to marry her. Because you couldn't give her children, which ultimately I feel like the spite against the father was not the marriage. It was the giving of the children that was more important.
Yeah.
The heir.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's wrong. He's wrong for, not wanting to marry her even after he destroyed her reputation in the garden.
Okay,
He's wrong for lying.
Cool. Let's talk about the real tea. Marina and Colin. My God. Drink deep of the teacup.
Wow. Colin was willing to go to
Gretna Green.
Las Vegas to marry you, sis.
Basically.
And her whole ruse just blew up in her face. So I don't know what is gonna happen now.
Yeah.
To her, I'm hoping that next episode, in episode 7, that Sir George comes on the scene.
He better, because honestly,
because there's nowhere else for her to go.
And he's the reason why we're in this whole mess in the first place. Mm-hmm. Like, it'll be crazy, not good, but it'll be crazy if she has a false pregnancy or a miscarriage, so she can fake it. Like that's not true. It's never been true. But the way Lady Featherington was looking at her when she saw that letter was like, and it didn't work. We've been exposed. That was interesting. So now they're making Lady Whistledown relevant again, obviously, because she's dropping the big news. So I want to see if she is Miss Delacroix or if she's Delacroix because she's not really French, so she doesn't get to be Delacroix. But yeah, I can't wait to see how episode 7 turns out, guys. You were right. Episode 6 had a lot of... Someone said, it goes downhill for everybody. Everyone go. And that's true. Literally every story went left. Super spicy, though. So, there's that. All right. We will see you guys next time. You want to put your hand on the camera this time? I always do it.
No, it's okay.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye!